Let's give him a thunderous round of applause.
Hi there. Today I'm going to pay tribute to Steve Jobs. How many of you have heard of Apple Computers? I bet you all have. It's the biggest company in America and one of the biggest in the world, worth over $700 billion. It was co-founded by Steve Jobs. He was born in San Francisco in 1955, lived there for a few years before moving to Mountain View, where he would eventually settle. He attended Homestead High School and got into electronics at a very early age. His dad had him working out in his garage with him, but Steve wasn't interested in working on cars. He was interested in the electronics in cars. He would talk to local engineers around his neighborhood for insight into the industry, and he never had a formal education. He only attended one semester at Reed College, but he did stay 8 months in India at an ashram. It's like a religious thing. But Steve Jobs was a great businessman and a visionary. He revolutionized the technology industry and pushed the limits of innovation, and here's why. First, he was a great businessman and a visionary because while he was working for a game company called Atari, they invented that game Pong. He was given a task to reduce the number of chips inside of the console. So him and his friend Wozniak, another co-founder of Apple, they came up with an idea and called it a blue box and made it, and that was the console. And that gave them the idea to build the first Apple computer. Once they had the computer built, they started Apple Computers in Steve Jobs' garage. And from there, he grew it from nothing to worth over $700 billion, which is pretty good without a degree. With a plan set and a product to sell, he began to succeed. Steve Jobs revolutionized the technology industry with his products. From the way his computer was built, it was completely different than a PC. It was more compact and more appealing to look at. And also a lot of his other products are very simple and easy to use, and that's what he wanted. He wanted a lot of people to be able to use his products. Revolutionizing the industry wasn't enough for him. Third, Steve Jobs pushed the limits of innovation for the technology industry. When the iPod first came out, we had never heard of it. We didn't know what it was. Before that, we had Walkman, CDs, and radios. And now, people probably don't even know what those are. The iPod was a huge innovation. It was something new, and we liked it. Also, Steve and Apple had a big deal in Pixar motion pictures. And they make all those animated movies that we all used to watch as a kid. And they were a huge innovation. They created a whole genre of movies that only Pixar makes. And they had a huge impact on my life and a lot of people my age and younger generations. Steve Jobs, he was a socially significant and intellectually stimulating person. He was a true genius and he was ahead of his time. From the products he built to the ideas behind them, he truly knew how to run a business. Steve Jobs revolutionized the technology industry by the products he built. They were quality and they were very well selling. Steve Jobs was an excellent businessman and a great visionary. He started a company in his garage and grew it from nothing to worth over $700 billion. He also pushed the limits of innovation by constantly coming out with new technology, new ways to use the technology, and quality products. But above all, he was an American, just like you and me. He worked hard, did what he loved, and became CEO of a $700 billion company.